Hello everyone and welcome to Tipsy, where we actually provide you with top tips to meet your specific need. So if you're new to this channel, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and also enable the notification bell icon so as to be the very first to receive new post notifications and updates whenever we create a new video or tutorial. So in our today's episode, we are actually going to be introducing you to a top number one tip that you can actually use to predict over 2.5 or 1.5 goal in soccer match predictions. And we are actually going to be using an AI or artificial intelligence tool and exactly what you need to do to come out with the best picks when it concerns over 1.5 or 2.5 goal picks. The first step you actually want to take is to make sure that you actually locate your Play Store, as in my case here. Click on it directly and you are going to be taken to the inside of your Play Store. Inside of your Play Store, at the top search of this area, just make sure to type the keyword betting tip AI predictions and click on search. Once you do that, you are actually going to see an icon that actually looks like this, as you can see here. Make sure that it actually looks like this from the inside, as you can see here. Once you are sure that this is actually the app, then please make sure to go ahead to install the app successfully. And once the app installation has been completed, the next step you actually want to do is to make sure to locate the open button, as you can see in my case, and click on it directly. Once you do that, you will actually be taken to the inside of the app, as you can see in this case. And of course, once you are here, since we are dealing with over 1.5 or 2.5 goal prediction using an AI or artificial intelligence, what you want to do as a next step is to locate this button that you can see here that looks like a gear. You can see it here. It is written Bet Creator. Once you locate the Bet Creator icon, as you can see here, just make sure to click on it directly. And once you click on it, you are actually going to be taken to a page or front page that actually looks like this. Here inside of this area, you can see that there is an area that actually says date. You can click on it directly and choose whatever specific date you actually want predictions to be displayed to you. Once you select a given date, you can either select even more of the dates, but as the best use of this app, make sure to select at least 2 or 3 days on this app to get the best possible choices. In this case, I'm going to select one as by default for today, which I actually want the matches to be displayed. Once you do that, make sure to go one step behind and you actually be taken back to the front page. The next step you actually want to do is to come to this area that says league. Make sure to leave it on all by default, as you can see here. The next is actually the number of games that you can actually see here. Just make sure to increase the number of games by tapping on the plus icon until you are going to reach the maximum, which is 15. After you have reached 15, what you want to do as the next step is to come to this area that says prediction type and click on it to select over 1.5 and 2.5 goals. Click on it directly or on this headed icon button and make sure to navigate this area to locate an area that says plus 1.5, as you can see here, and select the box, as well as over 2.5 goal, as you can see here, and select the box as well. Once you have done that, make sure to go again one step behind and you are going to see that based on the prediction type, you have actually selected 2 as custom, which is actually the over 1.5 or 2.5 goals, which we have actually chosen for our choice. And the next step now, which is the very, very important area, is to come to this area, as you can see in this filter here, and drag this filter cursor to come to the section until you are sure that it is actually exactly at 1.50. Once you are actually on 1.50, the next thing you actually want to do is to now come to this area that says create bet. You are going to see this area that says create bet and click on it directly. Once you do that, what you are going to realize is that you will be displayed with all the various possible selections of over 1.5 or 2.5 goals that will be displayed to you. If you see in my case, you are going to see that I have 15 games and the number of odds by total is 67.21. Once I do that, now you already have an idea of all the games that are actually going to run as over 1.5 or 2.5 goals possibility to occur, as you can see in all this selection. The next step you actually want to take is to look at the probability of occurrence based on percentages, as you can see on this line that you can see here. The percentage probability and the odd range based on over 1.5 or 2.5 goal is very, very, very important, which we are actually going to draw a line of odd to consider once this actually is being concerned. The first step you actually want to do is to look at over 1.5 or 2.5 goal. In the first case, we have in the Portugal under 23, you can see that for over 1.5, the odd range is actually 1.18 and the percentage probability of this to occur is 83%. Now the line of odd to draw when it concerns over 1.5 or 2.5 is to make sure that for over 1.5 goals, make sure to look at odd range between 1.10 to 1.14 as maximum. Once it starts to go over 1.14 and going to 1.15 or 1.16, always try to avoid that case of over 1.5 goal possibility to occur. In the case of over 2.5 goals, as you can see here, as in this case of Portugal under 23 still, but this time in a group different stage or group, you are going to see that for over 2.5 goal probability to occur is 68% with an odd range of 1.50. For the case of over 2.5 goal, always make sure to look at odd range of between 1.20 and 1.45 maximum. In other words, if you see a game whose over 2.5 goal, as you can see here, is between 1.20 to 1.45, it is great. Once it goes above 1.45, try to avoid it because it's going to be a little bit risky. In this case, you are going to see that for 2.5, the probability or the odd range is actually 1.50, which is already above 1.45, telling you that it is risky to go for over 2.5 goal since the odd range has already passed our maximum of 1.45. So now, since we have already understood what we are looking at, now we only want to focus on games or matches that has the odd range of between 1.10 to 1.14 as maximum for over 1.5 and 1.20 to 1.45 as over 2.5 goal probability to occur. Now what I want to do is only to concentrate on that line range of odd. If you look at this area, you are going to see that for over 1.5 goal, if you try to concentrate, we are not going to see any match that has odd range of 1.5, that has the odd range of 1.10 to 1.12, 1.14 as maximum for over 1.5. You are going to realize that for all 1.5 that we actually have, all the odd range is already above our limit, which is from between 1.10 to 1.14 as maximum. In most cases, we have over 1.5 as 1.24, 1.22, 1.18, 1.33, 1.38, and you are going to see that we don't have a very good possibility here. Same way for over 2.5, we have the same problem of not having our odd range of between 1.20 to 1.45 as maximum. We instead have 1.50, which is already above our odd range. In this case, we are not going to choose any match here based on the displayed matches for over 1.5 or 2.5 goal. When you arrive to this stage, what you want to do is to make use of your calendar. Since today is actually Wednesday, which is a very bad day for games to actually occur because we have Wednesday and Thursday matches on these days are very, very complicated and there are not several matches on this day. So we are actually going to make use of our date calendar, which you can see this icon, which is actually here, to change the date and put it on a date range where we are actually going to find good possible matches which are between our outline of range. In this case, I'll click on the calendar button, as you can see in this area, or I can move one step behind and try to change the probability from the calendar to see what date range I actually want to take, because in this case, I think the calendar is already off limit in this case. So what I want to do as a next step is to just make sure to go one step again behind and try to see to change the calendar for my case. So I will do that exactly by first of all closing this ad which is here. And now I will actually come back here and try to go again to the date to make sure that I change the date of today and select other dates, so that we must have matches that actually meet our specific needs of odd range, which we have actually adjusted. So I'll click on this today button, as you can see here, and change the date, since this calendar is actually inaccessible by clicking on it directly. So I will go directly on the date range, click on it and change the date to select dates which will actually have our possibility line range of odd. Once I click that, what I want to do is to now come and change the date from here, since we don't have any good matches on that date, and select other dates ahead of it. In this case, let's select 2 or 3 days ahead of time and try to come now one step behind and go again to Bet Creator to do that. Okay, now we have actually selected that, and we now have matches that have actually been displayed to us. Now you can see that for over 1.5, as in this case, we have an odd range of 1.13, which is already our limit of between 1.10 to 1.14 as maximum in the United Arab Emirates Pro League. This actually meets our needs. Therefore, we are actually going to select this match to analyze from the inside to pick it as one of our best matches, which we actually look at as our top match of the day. We have another section here, which we actually have over 2.5 goal, as you can see here, that actually meets our need. Here, we have this over 2.5 goal at an odd range of 1.33, which has our limit of between 1.20 to 1.45 as maximum. In other words, there are two matches that have actually been displayed to us in this case. Also note that the date which we have actually chosen from the date calendar actually falls in the date range which is not yet on the weekend. For because on weekends there are several matches which you are going to find several games based on this odd range. For these tutorial purposes, we have actually selected date that has actually fall on Wednesday, Thursday, and not really on weekend, where most matches are not being displayed to us. So in this case, you can see that most of the matches shown to us has been, as you can see here, based on date. We have 11, we have 12, as you can see displayed here. And once you go to select games on its given day singularly, it means only one date being chosen. As an example, if you go to Friday, once it is on Friday, select only Friday and go for it directly. In this case, we have over 1.5 goal as one of the possibilities that you can see here that meets our odd range. Just click on the match directly and you'll be taken to the inside of the dashboard. Here in this area, you are going to come to this area that says standings to actually check the position of these teams on the standing table to come out with the best decision based on their way they actually play, or the home and away performance, or the performances of that team. As an example, we have Al Wada in the third position of the league table with good form. They have played 25 games, as you can see here. They have actually scored 47 goals, 25 goal conceded, 51 points have been gotten, as compared to the opponent Banias that has played 25 with 23 goals scored and 45 goal conceded with 23 points. Based on stance, you are going to see that Awada have a very good form and they are actually coming home. In other words, the away team, which is Banias, is very conceiving. They have played 25 matches and they have actually conceived up to 45 goals. In other words, Al Wada, which is the favorite team and coming home, has more chances of scoring for the team which is actually very conceiving. This actually will let you know that an over 1.5 goal is a very big possibility to occur in this game based on the standing table check performances of these two teams. After that has been checked, make sure to come to head to conclude that by seeing the last matches played between these two teams, and you are going to see that most of the time that they have actually met, you can see the form of this team for the home team is very good. You can see Al Wada is very good here. You can see Al Wada 3-2-3 with Al Jazeera, and you can see how good they actually perform as compared to the opponent that conceive a lot of goals. By head-to-head, you are going to see that most of the time when these two teams meet, the head-to-head has always been an over 2.5 and over 3.5 goal, as you can see here. Only the last match played ended as 1-0, which Al Wada was actually away and Baniyas came home, so he actually won to defend. This time, Al Wada is coming home and of course is going to take that home chance, and being the fact that the away team is very conceiving, Al Wada will therefore make it as a very big possibility to put in more goals in this game. Therefore, an over 1.5 goals, even an over 2.5 goal is a very big possibility to occur in this match. This is how you are going to analyze matches based on display result on the odd range selection, which we have actually earlier explained. Once you do that, come one step again behind, go to the next game, which is actually showing us an over 2.5 goal, as in this case, which met our criteria, and click on it directly, and you are going to be taken to the inside where you can analyze, where you can actually analyze the match. Here on this front page, what you want to do is to come again to standing, click on it, and see the position of these two teams on the standing table to make your decision. As for SK Beveren, you can see that they have played 31 games, 72 goals have been scored, 33 goals conceived, as compared to Club Brugge that has played 31 with 50 goals scored and 44 goals conceived. In other words, these two teams are very good at scoring and they also conceive a lot. If you take 72 goals divided by 31, you are going to have an odd range of strike power for the SK Beveren of above 2.0. In other words, they have an average goal score rate of over 2. Same way, if you take that for the opponent, 50 divided by 31, you are going to have an odd range or the average goal score rate of above 1.5 and even 1.6. To tell you that these two teams have good strike rate, same way as the way they actually conceive, the conceiving rate power is not very defensive. In other words, these two teams are good at scoring and they are not very defensive. Therefore, over 1.5 or 2.5 goal is a very big possibility to occur in this game. This is how you are going to pick matches based on analytics from the inside of this front page. Make sure to move again one step behind, repeat the same process to pick all of those games that actually have over 1.5 or 2.5 goal that met our criteria of odd range of between 1.10 to 1.14 as maximum for over 1.5 goal, and for over 2.5 goal as 1.20 and maximum 1.45 odd range, and check the analysis to come out with the best picks as you can see in this case. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also enable the notification bell icon so as to be the very first to receive new post notifications and update, and see you again in our next episode. Bye bye. And now I know my heart is a ghost town.